All right, guys, so you've seen quite a bit about the rear end install. This is basically going to be a pretty much straight to the point build on the 450L. I'm not going to make this a full how-to video because the front end honestly is super simple to install. So if you guys want to know how to install the full rear end, I have a video previously posted about that on the Kawasaki build. It's literally the exact same process. So here is the front hub setup. Again, we haven't really talked much about it. So the way this works starts with a billet front hub. We have this actually offset for the big wheel front wheel. It's very similar to our trike hub. And of course we have a rotor adapter here that bolts to our hub. This adapts our hub to the Honda front rotor. This is the piece that the speedometer picks up on. So this mounts right back on there for the 450L. I can see our front axle here. So it's a little different than the OEM style. And really there's just two spacers on each side. So we'll get into putting the front end together and show you guys how simple it is. All right, guys, so you can see the bike is pretty much set, ready to go for the big wheel install. We've already installed the front triple clamps. So our billet clamps. Welcome to the channel. Actually have a mount for the key switch that goes right here. Just wanted to show you guys with the headlight off how these look. I'm gonna actually go ahead and install our steering stops before we put this together. Yeah, you can see we actually brought the clamp around the key, kind of like OEM. Just makes everything fit like factory. Super clean install. Reuses the anti-vibe handlebar mounts, obviously reuses all the controls and everything, and this more or less just widens the front end out this way to fit the big wheel tire. Now, since our customer is going to be road riding this bike, he has some DOT Canati tires. This is a 25-812 in the front with the Kaiser wheel. These are built specifically for our big wheel kits, so it's a three-piece wheel with the billet center. You're not going to find a stronger wheel on the market. There's that, and that's 25, 10, 12 in the rear. I think these tires are going to be awesome. Still have a slightly rounded profile. Actually see it a little bit better on the front one there. Yeah, curious to see how these feel when you're going down the road. They are a little bit heavy, but he's probably never going to have a tire issue with this bike. I believe these are 10 ply. Yep, they actually are. Listed right here. All right, guys, let's get this bike together. Alright, guys, so as you can see, the axle goes in from this side. It's machined on this side of the axle to fit that size on the fork. So there's going to be a spacer here, another spacer here, and then we have a 2-inch wide spacer here that is sized for that size on that fork. Now, when you go to put your caliper in, the 450L has a very large brake on it, so you quite simply just loosen your lug nuts. Get your wheels slid over. It's going to give you the clearance to get your caliper slid on. In some instances, you do have to remove a little bit off the caliper if it has such a large brake like this. Let's see if it fits. So I'm just going to turn the wheel gently, get that slid over. So there, it's on there now. We're going to get the caliper bolts. When you go to tighten this, it's actually going to align your disc. You're going to want to make sure your disc is aligned in the center of the caliper bracket. I'll go over that in a second here. So this is technically a floating axle at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it back over just gently. Bring the head of the bolt back out. snug this up. Alright guys, the brake caliper is installed. See, we have decent rim clearance. This is actually a lot compared to some of the trike builds that we do with a 10-inch wheel. So everything does fit better with the 12-inch on the big wheel kit. See, we have the disc line inside the caliper bracket back here into the axle. See how that's sitting right there. Again, we got our inside spacer. Also want to check your air gap here for your speedometer sensor. Make sure that's good, which it is. And on this side, one more spacer, which is the same as the opposite side, and of course our 2-inch spacer, which adapts this style axle to this fork. So now we're gonna have a nut and a washer that goes on here. And one thing to take note of, we haven't ran this tire yet. It's a little bit wider than the ones we've been running. Just zoom out here. So I'm actually gonna, and we are gonna run the brake line on the outside just to clear the tire. Yeah, it's very, very snug. So again, it's a little bit wider of a tire than we're used to running. It was something that the customer picked out. It is a DOT tire, so if all we have to do to make this work is a little bit of trimming and clearancing, I'm good with that. So next thing I'm gonna do is get the front fender on. You guys can kind of get a view of how this thing looks. Simple fix, guys, just loosen these lower bolts up. Just because the bike's been sitting for a little bit, this was pushed in because the way the caliper was leaning on this, so I have some clearance now, it's not rubbing. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, do a test ride, and if I have to, I will go back and trim this up. Alright guys, now onto the headlight. So here is the 450RL headlight. You can see the bracket that originally was on the dirt bike. So what we're actually going to do, you can see those 2 rubber grommets. We're going to consider this front fender the actual bracket. So we're going to drill 2 holes in the fender, insert the grommets into the fender, and then this headlight is literally going to pop right in there just like factory. And then we do include some new mounts on the side that are going to locate this thing and hold the turn signals. So we're no longer mounting the turn signals to the triple clamp, they're gonna get mounted up here. So basically, like I was saying, I'm just gonna take the bracket off. We're gonna use these 2 holes as a template. I'm gonna punch 2 holes in this and get this thing installed and see how it looks. Just make sure you're dead center when you do your measurements. There it is, holes are drilled, grommets are installed. You can see the headlights poking through. Super clean install. So I'm gonna move on to hooking the wires up, getting the brackets installed, and of course we're gonna get the rear end installed in this bike. All right guys, so instead of running these sketchy looking stock brackets that go to the clamps, we include a new bracket. So this is gonna bolt underneath the speedometer right there. This mounting hole is gonna go to your headlight, and then your turn signal is not going to go through this hole. Now to do that, you're going to take that Phillips head out, you're going to pop this bracket off and basically insert it into ours. Like I said guys, pretty simple. Just 1 screw. You're going to pop it out. You're going to basically just remove this off of the turn signal here. And already slid our bracket back on, so it's going to get mounted in this direction. And then this plastic clip's going to go back in. And we're going to reinsert the screw right there. And then we're gonna get it on the bike. There it is guys, super clean install. So you can see the new bracket bolts up here, comes down, bolts to here, and then relocates these off of the triple clamps, puts them at the exact width that they were before, because the wider clamps would have kicked these out. Overall, super clean. Again, we got the headlight poking through the fender with the grommets. Those are all the factory grommets. So everything lines up real nice. So now it's time to finish the bike up.